Yep, more wiring fun. Now, trying to discover where everything goes and earth wires. There appears to be some blacks here, but there doesn't appear to be a connection, so I've made one. As you can see, it's here, cleaned up the metal. I will paint this afterwards, but right at the moment it's giving me a good connection, so I don't want to lose that. And I have got a shitload of black wires here, some with spades, some with eye holes, if you want to call them that. And then these two, I believe, go onto the, one goes on the back of the speedo, the other one goes on the back of the rev counter. This one, probably somewhere on the back of the gauge, maybe for the clock or something like that. And that one goes somewhere. The yellow wires I have discovered or realised, they are for the overdrive. This, as I said, I know that's for the main beam, so that's probably got a bullet that's probably got a bullet connection there. Yeah, so that's the bullet connection there. And there's turn signals, so these wires here, they're going to have to come around and join here, so it'll probably end up in this gap here. So what I'll do is in fact, let me see if I can show you now. All right, we'll try doing it this way. There we go. This is all the fun of the fair, isn't it? Put it up in the hole. There we go. And then I'll join it to this bunch, and then it'll get pushed back in there out of the way. And I may even perhaps use some kind of cable tie to hold both harnesses up against each other in that clip up there. Okay, let's see. This, I believe, is the overdrive lights. In other words, it indicates that you're in overdrive, but where that connects to at the moment, I don't know. I do have another harness that seems to have the same wires. Seems to. Well, this is the new harness and this is the old one. But my concern is that, well, this one's got nice little soldered light bulbs on the end of it. I may use this to save myself a lot of hassle. Because I've got bullet connections on both ends. Whereas on this end, of course, I have the lights indicating that I'm in overdrive. Which really doesn't matter because I'm never going to be using the overdrive switch. Because I've got a 5-speed box now. The only thing I'm considering is maybe using the overdrive switch for something else. And right at the moment, I don't know what. The only thing I've thought of would be an exhaust bypass, so I'll get straight pipes, but I probably won't do that. But I have no other idea what I could use it for. There must be something. Just don't know what yet. Maybe nothing. Maybe I'll just leave it idle. Who knows? All right, now let's... oh, and there's the overdrive harness, by the way. Note the ends on there are not made off. But let's have a look at the overdrive switch. Harness 174. Here is the overdrive switch. Now see, it only has 2 wires. Yet here I have 4 wires. And it definitely says overdrive harness. Maybe this is the harness on the actual overdrive unit itself. That, yeah, I bet that's what it is. And these ends have to be stripped off and then connected to that. But of course I'm not installing it, so that's a different matter. Here is the overdrive switch. As you can see, it's the original. It's pretty manky, pretty old. So I got to strip this down now and clean it. It was originally covered in chrome, but that chrome has just peeled off. So there's little bits of chrome left. I'll get those off, and then I'll just highly polish it. And I may or may not connect it. I don't know. It's not something that I need, but it's certainly, I'm not going to leave it missing. I'm going to put it in the car, but it may not actually be connected and doing anything. It may just sit there. I don't know. I'm going to give it some thought as to what I could use it for. There must be something. I mean, and it's just an on-off switch, basically. Basically, don't we love that? Basically. Hey, Dave, that one's just for you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do about this switch. Well, I do know what to do about it, but I don't know what function. Anybody got any ideas? You know, it's just an on-off switch. I have no clue what I could use it for at the moment. There might be something. Maybe I could use it as a switch from... Oh no, it's got to be on and off. Oh, well, no, that's okay. I could do that. So I'm thinking... I know that hurts. You know, to switch from normal horns to air horns or something. No, they're not going to mount air horns, and I don't want air horns. Crap. I don't know. It'll either... I'll think of something once I've got it all together, I bet. All right, let's get on and clean this switch up and bring you back when that's done. And also when I've connected up a few more wires under the dash. Hey, I'm about to put the horns in. Now, it appears there are two places for these horns. One right there, and two right there on the brackets. I have the brackets. I'm going to use them. For one reason is to make the horns point downwards so they don't fill up with water. Now, yes, in Arizona, that is definitely not a problem. And as you can see, I have a copious amount of wire for them. So, let's get on and see what we can do. Okay, the horns are now in position. I'm sorry, ignore the thing going on in the background. Now, they're different. They probably both should have been like this one here, but they're not. So obviously that one got replaced at some point. However, I've put them in and I've made the trumpet point down so that the shit that gets in there falls out. Okay, time to fit the horns. Now, after fucking around for a while, I've figured out that it's easier to do the connections, connect the horn, and then loop it over with this bracket already attached. Now, there are two horns, a high and a low tone. The ones I've got aren't originals, so, you know, I have to bear that in mind. And you've got to get the angles right so the horn is facing downwards. Otherwise, it will fill up with rain and water and completely screw it. And the wires on this side are way too long. Well, in particular, the main horny wire. So I'm going to have to chop that off. I'm going to have to chop them off anyway because they've got bullet connectors. And the horns that I have spade connectors. And as I said, that's, to me, why it tells me they're probably not originals. But doesn't matter, they're a pair of horns, they'll make a noise, and that's really what matters. So let me get on with that. Okay, there it is, that's in place. Pulled it forward on this bracket so that it didn't bang up against this, causing a vibration that would drive me nuts. Now, let's move over to this one. Give me a second whilst I get my shit organised. Don't need that. Okay, let me strap you on. Right. First thing I gotta do is strip the wires, get them ready. Alright. You can see I'm prepared. And here we go. Get rid of that bullet. And these bullets are crimped, so they'll be of no use to me ever again. Let's strip my ends. Here you go. Damn it. Why damn it? Because I cut and it took strands off. Not acceptable. I used the wrong level. Yeah, well, shit happens. Let's use the next one up, shall we, Gary? Make sure we don't take the strands out. That's better. Hopefully you guys are getting at least a half a view of this. Yes, and I have had this tool since I was an apprentice electrician back in the late 60s. Yes, I'm that fucking old, and so is that tool, and it will outlive me, that's for sure. Now I'm going to use angle ones on this because it's preferable. There's one there, and one there. Okay. Now we just slide this in here, good and tight, good and deep. Grab the middle squeezy bit. There we go. One down, one to go. There it is. And yeah, you can do this with pliers, but a crimping tool is always the best thing to have. There we go. Right. Grab myself by the horn. Now, I can bring these ones next to each other, facing in the same direction. But let me check, which way is this going up here? Is it going that way? No, it's not. It goes... Does it go that way? Hehe. Sorry, guys. Getting my knickers in a twist here. No, that's you twit. It goes up and over that way, so that it tucks up behind the bumper, and you see the horns facing downwards. All right, because it's going that way there, what I want to do is put the connections on this way. And that, in theory, should be good. There we go. Right, now we just get this up here, crank it up, get the bolt. And I bought this whole selection of bolts. I think it cost me about $100, but it's all grade 8. Now, do I need grade 8 to hold a bumper? Sorry, a horn? No, of course I don't. But it's there, I've got it. They're good. All right, let's see. Sorry, you're probably not getting much of a view here at the moment. It's a little bit tricky woo. Doesn't that always happen? Oh, look, yeah. It couldn't fucking just bounce and land by my feet. No, it had to fucking roll away. Right. Sorry. You're going to have to live with the view you're getting at the moment. There we go. Alright, let's get that on there, and I can show you. Alright, there we go. Right. Hopefully you can see that up there. The connections now are nice and they're pointing in that direction. Just got to tighten this nut up, tighten this up, and we're done. Okay, there it is, all in position. Now do note, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray this with underseal so that that doesn't go rusty. I know we don't get rain here in Arizona, but I still want to protect that, so I'm going to mask this up with some tape, give that a quick blast. It will cover up that bolt, and the same on this one over here. That way everything will be nice and neat. And to prove, not only am I a man of many words, some of them quite foul, but I'm a man of my word. There it is, I've sprayed it now with underbody sealant, schutz, whatever you want to call it, schutz. And now that's all protected. So the horns are done, there they are. so you can get horny. And as I said before, do note the horns are pointing downwards so that you get less chance of shit being trapped in there. Okay, yes, it can be aimed at it, but in theory, the help of gravity, it should come the back out. All right, let's move on to the next thing. What is it? Crap. What is the next thing to do, guys? The dash wiring, Gary. You can't avoid it any longer. You have to deal with it. Oh shit, yes. But I also have to clean up the overdrive switch. So let's get on with that. That'll be in the next video.